Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Lauritzen, and this is Read, Write, and Cite, the channel where I teach you how to read, write, and cite for your college classes. I recently got a comment in the forums under one of my videos about citation saying it's cool what you're teaching us, but why don't you just show us how to use what's built into Microsoft Word to help you cite sources? So I'd never really dug into it, but I've spent a little bit of time figuring it out, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video. So let's switch over to my screen and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I've got the most recent version of Microsoft Word open on my computer. If you have Office 2016, Microsoft Word 2016, or you've got the Office 365, you're going to see these options. There is a tab up here at the top that says References, and under References, you have some information that talks about citations. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple different things that are pretty cool that are built directly into Microsoft Word now that haven't been there in the past. So I'm going to use MLA as an example because that's most common for English classes, but you can just as well click here and switch to other styles. This is using the 7th edition of MLA. You can also go to 6th, APA, you go to Chicago, Harvard, Turabian, whatever citation style is necessary for your major and your coursework. Okay, so first thing I'm going to show you is this tab right here called Researcher. This is pretty amazing. Okay, from Microsoft Word, it's going to help me to find sources. I mean, that is just brilliant. It's not a perfect system. You may still want to use your whatever database your college gives you access to, but this is pretty cool. Okay, so I'm just going to take a famous story, Tale of Two Cities, A Tale of Two Cities, and I'm just going to search, and it's going to bring up some source material for me here on the right side of the screen. Okay, so I can see the actual book. I can also see some source materials. Now I can just click here for books. I can click for journals or for websites, but let's say you're going to want a mixture, right? So let's say I want to get the book, cool, 1910, printing from Harvard University. I can click on my source. Oops, it doesn't want to open for me. Locate on Bing, WorldCat. Let's try that. Okay, so I clicked and it's opened it up in WorldCat, and I can find it right there. Boom, I've got my source. Cool, right? Okay, but I'm going to switch back over here. For Microsoft Word, let's say I found the source that I want, or I can also click up here, right? And I want to add it. So over here where we've got the plus sign, this is a big deal. This is where I can add it as a source. Now, if I've typed something, it was the best of times, blah, yada, yada, right? Okay, so let's say I'd written this and I want a citation. I can go ahead and click the plus right here, and it's going to put it straight in there. It's also going to add a bibliography citation right there, which is incredible, right? Now, it may give you the ability to choose which sources go in or not. Now, I've picked a couple others previously that it put in here. I'm going to click up here on Manage Sources, and I'm going to delete the ones that I don't want. So delete that, and close. And didn't update it. Okay, let's try this. Delete that, and click close. It didn't update it. Here we go. Okay, so obviously, if you're using MLA style, you're not going to format it like this, but this citation down here is good, and this would be on its own page. So I'm going to hit Control Enter on a PC, and it goes boom, straight down. It's got this. I would change the way that's formatted. Yeah, not size 16. Probably make it 12. It can't be black. That's not really the thing. Center it, and, double space, right? Just like this. Your teacher may want Times New Roman. depending on whoever's teaching you, right? Okay, so that's an idea, but it basically updated it, and I didn't have to go find the author. I didn't have to go find all this information. Microsoft put it in there automatically for me. So that's pretty cool. And also put in my in-text citation right away. Now, the editor on this is Frederick William Rowe, which is why it added Rowe there, and it added that second author there, even though, Charles Dickens wrote this. But let's say I want to find a journal. So I click here. My teachers told me I need to find an academic source. Let's check this out. I can click on it. I can open this in the browser. I could just go straight to adding as a source. Now I'll click on open in browser. It's going to open up Project Muse. Show me the source. And if you've got access, you can pull it up a different way. But if we're just hanging out in Word for now, I can do the same thing. I can push the plus sign right there. It's going to add Griffiths. Let's say I had some sort of quote here. Oof. Okay. And it put in my in-text citation. It also added it down here. So we've got comparative history to Tale of Two Cities. It's got all my citation information. And it made it really easy on me. It also adds it under this tab called My Research. So I can find different sources, and I had found this previously. I can add that one back in and then go from there. So this is pretty incredible, right? So I'm going to show you one more time. Under References, I clicked on Researcher. You can also just open this and close this as you want. Once I have a citation, I can also go here and just add it again, which is amazing. I can go to Manage to choose what I want to include and what I don't want to include. And of course, you can actually use this researcher function to search for sources. So this is pretty incredible, right? This would have been nice when I was a younger student. But here you go. These are just scratches the surface on some of the resources built directly into Microsoft Word, starting with 2016 or Office 365. If you've purchased the new version 2019 or it's coming out around now, or maybe it is out now, I don't know. You're going to be able to see some of this functionality. You could buy it standalone, or you can get it with, with Office 365. If your university or college subscribes to that, maybe you get it for free. This is an incredible resource. Obviously, this is not the only way to do it, but this is one way that is incredibly powerful and maybe able to save you a ton of time. But I have to give a little bit of a warning with this. If you're not familiar with citations, you won't know if it's wrong, and you're just going to trust the system. I would encourage you to do this only if you know how to cite and you just want to save yourself time. Does that make sense? As far as the research tab goes, you're going to find some paywalls to where it's going to find sources that you don't have access to. If you have a database through your university or your college's library, I would encourage searching through that. But this is pretty cool to do it directly from the desktop without having to open up a browser necessarily. And it's amazing. So I hope this video was helpful. If you found it helpful, please let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious how you're able to use this. This is pretty new. This would have been nice during my dissertation as well. But I hope it's helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in more videos like this, let me know in the comments. You can make requests and I'll make something like this. Or you could just subscribe to see what comes next. So thank you so much for watching. I'm Dr. Jacob Lauritzen. This is Read, Write, and Cite. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.